In this video, I'm going to talk about how we understand language, talking mostly about pragmatics in linguistics. If you are an introvert like me, you probably always wonder why we often get caught in awkward situations and why social skills seem to be so difficult. Being misunderstood was an annoying theme in my life, even though I was doing my best to avoid awkwardness. Having my point across clearly was always essential to me, but so hard to grasp. After years of suffering from needing to always repeat myself over and over again, I decided to pay close attention to what I was saying. It may sound obvious, but you would be surprised by the number of people that, as I have in the past, do not really pay attention to what is happening when we communicate with others. And if you're doing that, hopefully I can teach you a new thing with this video. There are a lot of layers that we can interpret language. The linguistics fields can diverge a lot, and many times the same subject of analysis can provide many different approaches. Have you wondered how words acquire meaning? Why a tree is a tree and not a dog? Or why a leaf is a leaf instead of a jar? One of the ways we convey meaning is by juxtaposing sounds into what Saussure would call signs. With signs, he meant that this meant tree and not a dog. For him, signs are a particle that associates the significant with its significate, the abstract with the concrete, the actual tree with the word tree. How these definitions are established is probably due to a social acceptance. It is really difficult to analyze when it has started, since the diachronic analysis can extend to many ways as well. Diachronic analysis is the study of a language across time. So the notion that we have of language being like this grammar and established and solid thing, it is not real. Language is alive. It changes with time. We can't control it. We can't control how we say the language, how in a broad view we can't control how language changes. We just can like perceive it. Now let's understand how sentences are made. Again, we can divide it in many ways, but since the focus of this video is pragmatics, let's summarize it by saying that a sentence or a phrase is a message encoded with signs in an understandable manner, meaning that is a combination of sounds and forms that we can comprehend. You can also call it the discourse or enunciate. Its intentions, functions. If it is grammatically right or wrong, doesn't matter right now. We organize the words in space, the sentence, like a child organizes colored pieces in wholes. This is semantics, and it is crucial to understand pragmatics. So, summarizing, semantics is how we order the words in space, in the phrase, and pragmatics is how we understand that organization into meaning. Now, to give words meaning, we use signs, the word, and what it describes. And we arrange these words into sentences to send a message. Pragmatics is the study of why and how we understand what we understand. Imagine this. If you are trying to say, that is, the message or discourse is a character in itself. He works for the realm, that is you, and he has a mission, which is to deliver your message to the other realm, that is, the person you're interacting with. That is not an easy task. The path is filled with obstructions and obstacles. Patrick Shahidot would call this the noise. which would be essentially everything that hinders a message to be completely clear from making what it is say. In a practical sense, this noise is the person's own interpretation of reality. Its bias, culture, language, and even humor and state of mind can affect it. Many things interfere with how we receive and understand a discourse. Also notice that this noise also applies to the person sending the message. Is a bilateral thing. How do we know if the other person really understood what I meant? Or even if I made that possible by being precise in my words to guide my message to them? Or if I even comprehend what my feelings and thoughts are, ultimately my discourse to even try to speak it. The brain perceives reality with many different cues simultaneously, meaning that one word can change everything. I don't know if we can really say that is the objective of language is to describe reality. That may be one of its functions, but not the primary. Probably language is just a tool to act as a supplement to something bigger. If you think about it, we inherently kind of suck when we are trying to make sense. But that's what pragmatic is. And of course, there are more layers and terminology we can discuss, but that would be too pretentious for a YouTube video, I guess. More videos about language, neuroscience, and linguistics in the playlist. See you there!